before I was even a teenager. I remember the feeling of just dying to be able to buy my first pair of Tory Burch flats. So to now be sitting, front row at her fashion show is kind of surreal. 12-year-old me is freaking out, and it's been so fun to get to know her all these years.
Really focused on the complexity of women and just how dense they are and their style is, and I wanted to also think about contrast, and I wanted to think about femininity and strength, and so there were a lot of things that went into that, and I wanted sort of uber luxe but mixed with worn and familiar, and so a lot of focus on proportions, dropped waists and the hip slung pants and the skirt and dresses with a dropped waist. I wanted to really have a free feeling when women were wearing this collection. It's an antique sampler, and we took all the design team's initials, and that's what that is. So we're celebrating that. I didn't want it to be about a time or a place. I wanted it to be about pieces that were so beautifully made and tailored that you would keep forever. And that's something that I think a lot about. I think a lot about less of everything and everything with more integrity. I wanted optimism, and that's where the colors came in. I wanted it to be done in an eccentric way. And it was a lot of experimentation on, as I mentioned, tailoring, but also on materials. And we spent a lot of time thinking about jersey and using it a bit differently, where it celebrated a woman's body rather than actually just being about the garment. And this is a perfect dress where it was tiny, tiny pin tucks, and it created shape and volume in some areas, but it actually just drapes to the woman. It's very timeless.